So I'm sure a lot of you guys missed my last Doctor Who video because let's be real, Doctor Who just doesn't click very well on my channel, but I'm still making videos about it because it is important to talk about it. I don't really care about the views. I care more about having the discussion happen around certain topics. And regardless of whether or not people get to see this video, I hope that those that did have a discussion about it. So we have another article here from MovieWeb that says Doctor Who's Yasmin Finney says being show's first trans character was surreal. Representation is what we need. And then it says Yasmin Finney made her debut as Rose Noble in the first Doctor Who 60th anniversary special, The Star Beast. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly why we hire people like this, right? This is why Hollywood hires people like this. This is why everybody in the UK and Canada and all these studios, they all do the same exact thing. They hire people like this because then they want to be able to spin headlines like this. This is the most important thing to them. It's not about the viewership, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about the success of the show. It's not about how much they piss off fans, even though for them, that's basically foreplay. But that's not what any of it's about. What it's about is being able to have headlines in the news like this, talking about representation, diversity, equity, inclusion. That is the most important things that we apparently need right now in modern day entertainment. So let's get into this article, guys, from MovieWeb. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. It says Yasmin, a transgender actress, stars as Rose, Donna Noble's daughter, in Doctor Who's 60th anniversary special, highlighting the importance of representation for the LGBTQ youth. The plot of the anniversary episode explores Rose's gender identity and her experience with bullies who use her dead name, with Donna proudly supporting her daughter. The show has faced criticism from social media users calling it too woke, but showrunner Russell T Davies defends the inclusivity of Doctor Who and condemns hate and violence from detractors. Hate and violence, okay. Hate and violence, this is great. Any disagreement is automatically hate and violence to these people. That is the most hilarious thing about this. You cannot have a disagreement with these kind of people because the moment you do, it's hate, it's violence. You're being violent towards me by disagreeing with me. I need to be in my echo chamber. Please let me live in my echo chamber of transness. It says in Doctor Who's first 60th anniversary special, series newcomer Yasmin Finney stars as Donna Noble's daughter Rose. Just like Finney, Rose is a transgender woman. During a recent conversation with the BBC, the actor, who is best known for his Emmy Award nominated performance in Netflix's coming-of-age drama series Heartstopper, discussed the significance of his Doctor Who casting, noting that representation is crucial for LGBTQ youth. Yeah, it's so unbelievably crucial for a professional pretender to also play pretend in real life. So this is what they said here in this little interview here. It says, it was so surreal to me because obviously Doctor Who is huge. And I remember watching Doctor Who when I was growing up years ago, especially the Bride episode, David Tennant and Catherine Tate. And I just felt like lucky enough to be seen as a trans person in something so huge as Doctor Who. And I just felt lucky that like I would be Catherine Tate's daughter. In a way, that's just insane. I mean, she's an icon and I love her. I think representation is so important. And if I had Rose growing up, it would be a completely different story, I think. I think representation is what we need and what the younger generation needs to feel like they can do it too, you know? So let me ask you a question. If representation is what people need in order to feel like they can do it too, then how was so many people over the course of time before all this trans shit happened, how have so many people been able to do exactly what they need to do? They've been able to find representation in forms of media that didn't exactly look like them. This whole vanity thing, this whole narcissistic thing of I need to see my exact self on screen in order for me to feel anything when I'm watching this TV show is absolute nonsense. It comes from a place of narcissism. It comes from a place of pure vanity. This person is obsessed with themselves. They feel like everything needs to revolve around them. So when they go on TV and they see themselves, that's the only way they feel validated. It's basically just a way for them to validate their own mental illness. It says Rose's gender identity is very much part of the 60th anniversary episode's plot. In The Star Beast, she deals with bullies who taunt her by using her dead name, which again was probably written by a female writer because only female writers do this catcalling nonsense in TV shows. It says despite critical praise for the introductory special, which aired on November 25th and is the first of 3, some social media users have critiqued it, calling it too woke. During a recent press conference via Yahoo, showrunner Russell T Davies, who famously created the British series Queer as Folk, commented on press taking issue with Doctor Who's inclusivity. Well, here's the thing. They're not taking issue with the inclusivity, right? If you just put a trans person in there and had them play a role, that's really all that people would honestly not care about. If you want to have a trans person play a role, of course they're allowed to play a role. Let them play a role. It's not a big deal. The issue that people have is that you are literally lecturing people in your TV show about modern day identity politics. You are lecturing people about pronoun usage. Then you're making the doctor, David Tennant, look like an asshole because he didn't use a proper pronoun for a fucking furry alien who he just met. Like, why would that even matter in that situation is beyond me, but you want to attach your narcissistic pronouns to a magical creature and then tell us that we're crazy for getting mad over something that's not real. And yet you want to fucking put pronouns in Doctor Who about a fucking little furry creature. Like, that makes no sense, bro. None of that makes sense. But again, none of this is about making sense, right? Their entire existence doesn't make sense. It is literally mental illness that is placated to the mob. Like, the entire mob is obsessed with it because nobody wants to be mentally ill on their own. Nobody wants to be miserable on their own. Misery loves company. So the more people they can convince to be in this mindset, the more people whose lives are going to be ruined with the lives of people who are already ruined that want to make sure that they're not the only ones who be ruined. So it says, in recent years, the minds behind Doctor Who have strived to expand representation on the show. In 2017, the series introduced the first female Time Lord, portrayed by Jodie Whittaker, who exited in 2022. While David Tennant is reprising the role of the Doctor for the specials, Ncuti Gatwa is expected to make his first appearance as the 15th Doctor during the specials conclusion. The sex education actor will be the first black Doctor in the show's history. Oh, so we're just doing it all. We're just doing it all. We're doing first trans. We're doing first black. We're doing it all. They just want to go. Whoever has taken over Doctor Who, I feel really bad for Doctor Who fans, man. You guys must be absolutely livid to see your TV show just completely be co-opted by identity politics. I know some of you woke bastards out there are going to love it, and that's fine. You're entitled to love what you want, but this is honestly going to piss off a lot of Doctor Who fans that can clearly see the writing on the wall. Once they start doing stuff like this, the entire show is going to be based around identity politics. They'll throw a couple things in here, in the beginning, not too much, just enough to make sure that you take it without getting too mad, and then they're gonna go full force toward the end. They're gonna just go absolutely insane. So then here's what the person said, Davies said in a interview. It says, "It's not just a Doctor Who thing for me. It's something I and a lot of other writers are very keen to do. To be progressive and to reflect more of society," he added. And it's funny, in casting, Yasmin Rose was a 15-year-old of mixed race. There's very few people we could have, and she's like came down from heaven, and there she was before Heartstopper. Actually, it was just so powerfully meant to me, and I think that she does the most amazing job, and it's an absolute privilege to work for her, to get her on screen. So right in the beginning, it looks like he admitted that what writers do today is basically try to be progressive and reflect more society. So yeah, he just admitted that's what they do. They just flat out want to write identity politics. If you needed any more proof, here's a writer right now telling you exactly what they do and what they plan to do in the future. And he said there is a lot of people that are just like him, that's their focus. They try to write more progressive stories that reflects more of society and focus on identity politics. Do you need any more evidence that Doctor Who and everything else is going to shit? Probably not. That's enough evidence for me to say I am absolutely sick of this nonsense, and I cannot wait to read more manga, because even though some manga is ultra progressive, at least they don't fucking lecture you about the most absolutely nonsensical garbage that you could possibly think of when trying to tell a story that's meant to be entertaining. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.